like that my Uber driver prayed with me. Did you see that?
Say it again.
We're live. Sure, that was good. All right, welcome back to the
Your Uber driver did what?
He prayed with me. I thought you might have seen it, and it would.
I haven't seen this. No.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Is it on Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, you can do that later or not at all. But no, I just referenced it because it was cool. That's all.
That is cool.
He got out of the car and came around and prayed with me, and the conversation was very positive, and so it was funny that he got out and still just like.
Yeah, that's interesting. He's listening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he just got out and was like, prayed for my future marriage because he knows that I'm engaged, and prayed for
sweet.
Christmas and whatever else. Yeah, it was sweet.
Uh oh. Important people are watching.
I don't. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Do you want to do your intro or do we want to?
Hey, welcome back to the WODprep podcast. I'm your host, CJ DePalma, with the better and best host, John and Claire. Claire's the best.
Okay.
I did not know. I'm like, did John just leapfrog me? What the hell?
Hey.
Anyway.
I'm part of a nixing of $100 million deal, and then I leapfrogged you for that.
Oh, you believe that you're part of nixing it?
A small part.
You don't think that you think? Hold on here. We'll just open with.
I not a big part. I think a small part though. Yeah, I think the barbell spinner is a small part. Yes.
Well,
okay.
Well, I feel like we should just open with this then, because I think that's a great talking point.
In contention, when you have a business plan written by ChatGPT, I tried to tell you guys before the spin show that there was no there. It's so funny how many people got riled up by that. So to any affiliates who actually fell for that, a serious buyer isn't DMing keeping it real. No offense.
My God. Oh my fucking God, dude. It's crazy. What's crazy is I'm hearing that this was copy pasted to numerous people.
And a serious buyer is never going to be afraid of a fucking Tyler and John Young and spin on YouTube. Dude, what's funny is he talked to everyone. He didn't talk to anyone who matters. Wade was never.
All right, John, what do you have to say?
I mean, I think he makes a lot of fair points, and he's had this stance. The entire time.
Okay,
but Spin also said they've accepted his proposal, and they're on the 1 yard line of the sale. All he has to do is sign. So. I think outside of the CrossFit world, it's a possibility 100%. Like for him to not, I don't think Wade's ever gotten hate in his life. I think he's got 600 followers and he has a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he knew. I don't know. I mean, but Stefan's right though. You're not a serious buyer if somebody on YouTube. That's all it takes for you to back out. I agree with that, but I also think that Spin would not think it was as serious as he thought it was if it wasn't serious.
Interesting.
Is that fair? Is that a fair thing?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that's like. I mean, I don't know. I don't know any more than.
I put this in the camp of I don't know anything, but at the same time, I'm like there's some stuff that I know, but I don't even know that I know it.
There we go. Now
I put it in that camp, and I'll stand by that.
I turned the wrong way. I went this way.
Oh, I got it. I handled it for us. I don't know that I have much of anything to say about what all of that is because a lot happened over the weekend. And obviously we were a little busy with other things. So I don't even know. There was a lot going on and it was this huge thing. And then it was suddenly nothing. And I really don't know. I feel like everyone's more aware at this moment than I am of whatever. I tried to watch y'all's show. It was very long.
Yeah, I know. So here, I'll put it like this. I think either we played a part in it and then that's awesome, or he was never really close to buying it at all. And then I think that's the same awesome.
I agree to both awesomes. And
I don't care to attribute that to anybody.
So you believe that the thing that you guys reviewed is real? The business plan?
Yes.
Okay.
It's wild. It's so interesting. Did you listen? Uh, John? I know you don't forget anything. What was your favorite and worst part of that business plan?
Okay. I'm trying to think like most of the good parts are just things that would never happen. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
like,
he's
just
like,
like
in
invest
3 years, we're
right?
gonna have 1 million people do the open. Like,
Right.
and in 5 years, we're gonna be we're gonna be a $500 million company. Like, that's cool to say, but like, it's not gonna happen, right? So like, that's, you can't really like say that. Though I think the worst part is the shifting away from affiliates and more to a digital platform, and just the pyramid scheme that is like the main thing. Because I think that is what would be the death of CrossFit. And I don't think I'm in a place to say like anything. It's just my opinion. I don't think my opinion should be like super valued or anything like that. But if you ask me, I think that part in particular, if that went forward, that would be the actual death of CrossFit. And I think Mayhem and NC Fit would conglomerate, and then we'd have a much smaller version of what we have now, and that would organically grow, and it would be called something different other than CrossFit, but it would be the same thing. That's what I think would happen. And that part of it would be the death of it, is that affiliates, there would be no affiliates.
Right. I mean, I agree 100%. So someone with that much money and that much marketing power, meaning like people in his corner, right? Like he has there are people that know about CrossFit giving him advice somewhere, regardless of this business plan or not. And to come in and to completely, like, all things normal, the methodology is there, trying to take away, like, it would be like buying the NBA and just getting rid of basketball and playing soccer. Like, it just didn't. It was just like, we're just going to do one thing, and now I'm going to have the name, but we're going to do something completely different. And assuming that everyone that is completely and utterly, like, obsessed, invested, like, to our core and to our deep rooted, like, direction in life, like, it's just it's moved us so much, and it's changed so many of our lives, and it's just like at our being and how we kind of like move day to day. It it would I don't even know how to like verbalize how insane it would be to just like come in as like, here's CrossFit, and then now we're gonna do Peloton. Like, what? Like, it's so he just has the brand name at that point. So we paid $200 million for the name CrossFit and a couple taglines in an email list, right? Like, in some social media channels at that point, because there wouldn't be any money coming in from those things. None of us are going to buy a $12 digital platform, right?
Now, here with where I say I don't think it's a bad. What I don't think is a bad idea is the idea of through an app, through digital, blah blah blah, you can reach people that would not walk into your gym. Period. Like,
all of the marketing stuff, I think, could be beneficial. You just got to like let the affiliates.
You cannot alienate the entirety of it for that. And I want to address. Can I address CrossFit real quick?
Mm-hmm. You want me to pull that back up?
Yeah.
So CrossFit said someone who grew 24-hour fitness into what it is doesn't do this. I think it's fake. And someone probably said, I'm Wade Diebner, make me a business plan to ChatGPT.
Well, first off, Mastroff's the guy who did 24/7 or 24-hour fitness. And he was one of the investors that I think Wade was trying to get in bed with. And it was a business plan to attract investors, not, and
Wade.
Sorry.
I was like, Savon jumped on the call. I was like, I 100% get the ChatGPT-ness of it and like thinking it's fake. I 100% understand that. If I just, from an outside point of view, if this was presented to me, I'm like, this is not real. Like, a guy that is a multimillionaire that is involved in growing businesses, this is not what he would make. I have reasons to believe that it's real.
Okay.
And it's not fake. But I get thinking that it's fake.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Claire. What were you about to say?
To be honest, I don't have a whole lot to add. Like I said, and when I said I saw Kenneth up earlier, it was like, it was a long show. It wasn't even long for their typical shows, and they stayed on topic. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I was simply busy doing other things. So I think that's the thing, is there's a lot of noise on this, and trying to consume it rapidly and get caught up. It was a lot to take in, and there was a very stark turn. Like, okay, here's this information, and just kidding, it's all whatever. And I haven't even seen these screenshots. I've seen a couple of references to them, but I haven't seen them in regards to whatever was said to keeping it real. So I just don't feel like I'm informed enough really just yet. And it already it was like the wind, like it already blew by,
At this point, with all of these potentials, like, are we in that bad of a spot? Right. So I decided to change the title of the podcast. Is Berkshire really that bad? Like, is that there's the question. Like, are they really that bad? If everything stayed exactly the way that it is, and somehow CrossFit was profitable, right? And Berkshire was actually making a little bit of money or whatever, like they were showing some growth in their investment, which,
Or even breaking even.
yeah, and whatever it is, like, is it like, is our current situation where we are, is it that bad?
I don't think so at
I
all.
agree.
And
Right?
I think
Not at all.
I think we're on the way up. And
Yeah.
it's just gonna be organic and slow, and you have to be okay with that.
Right.
Like 2025, say what you want. 2025 was growth from 2024.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah. One other thing that's unrelated to because obviously I would agree that we're in a great spot right now. The people that are running it, giving out the messaging, the way that they're listening to things and changing structure. There's just a lot going really well right now. We are in the best place that we have been in years collectively, and the community itself, whatever we want to call it, is certainly getting a lot stronger and more interconnected again. And that's really, really cool to see. This morning, the guy that was on, why am I blanking right this second? He was on with Savon, and they spoke about it. He
Dale?
does.
Is Dale on? It was Dale, right?
Thank you. Yeah, he made an interesting comment. I think he had a lot of perspective that I enjoyed hearing. And one of the things he said was in regards to purchasing CrossFit. He's like, as long as Greg is out there doing his own thing, I wouldn't want to touch this thing, And I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, Greg does exist in the world, and he is out there doing his own thing. And so wanting to purchase CrossFit to him, I don't know. Yet again, I don't have the full context of that comment, but I did find it interesting.
I mean, I don't know. I think, Dale works for Metfix. Pretty sure he's part of Metfix.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Greg has to do with that direction. Like, what would that interfere or have anything to do with CrossFit's evaluation or our future or anything like that?
For the unviable era, I don't think Claire or John. When was the unviable era that you're referring to?
Greg wouldn't sell it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was around. I know more about that era than you do, and I know you lived it. I bet you if you go under CrossFit and had an anonymous Zodiac deal, I could tell you more about 2007 to 2014 than you could. I'll bet you anything.
So
don't tell me when I wasn't around.
I'm
an encyclopedia of the past.
All right. So
and I was around, but I'm not an encyclopedia of the past.
Mad at CrossFit.
I can't even remember this morning.
Being an asshole, but this is a great statement.
Is he being an asshole?
Yeah, I mean, he's trolling, but this is a good one to discuss, right? Like what we just said, we all just generally agreed that it's not that bad. We're on the up. Like, do we have Stockholm syndrome? Does everyone know what that means? Yes. Okay. And so I think that's a great question or a great statement, and then something generally good to discuss. Like, are we just
stuck in the past,
accepting where we're at because it's what we have, right? Like, just gaining feelings because this is like, these are our captors, right? And like, this is where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Or have we, I mean, in my opinion, it's like, I mean, we saw a pretty steady decline from popularity, hype, virality, like motivation, uh, conversation, just like everything from 2020 to pretty much peaking in August of 2024. And since then, I feel like we've had, I know you guys agree, we've had this growth, right? At least we've had this spark in like, hey, it's, like we're feeling like
it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Like 2019, when Greg fired all of the media, that wasn't great, right? And then COVID happened, and then Floyd 19 happened, and like we tried to kill ourselves. And then since 2019, 2020, when all of that culminated, since then, and the Open went away from being the Open. That's another thing, it's now it's a participation trophy. That's when it started turning into that, and the Open stopped being hard. It dipped so far down. And then since that point, it grew a little bit every single year until Lazar. And then Lazar happened and it dipped again, right? Everybody wanted Castro, and then it went down again. And the same thing it will continue to grow little by little by little, unless we have some freak thing happen again. But you can see the trend of the up and down, and there was always some big thing that happened that triggered the down. It's not people losing interest. I agree with you. I think people are being sold that we're in a really bad place. And I don't think we are.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
On what merits?
Like, I do think Berkshire wants to. Well, I think being profitable as a company, because nobody wants to buy it is the thing. So nobody wants to buy it, right?
We're profitable or not profitable?
I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't have the knowledge or even to guess that. I'm
whether
sure,
HQ is profitable or not.
Yeah. I'm sure I could find out, but like I do not know at all. But
that would be a pretty relevant detail to a buyer.
For sure. But I do know that, we were a $220 million company, and they want to sell it for what they bought it for. And since the drop happened, it's not going to sell for that. So like, we might not be a $220 million company, but we're still a $100 million company. We're not going to go bankrupt if we're a $100 million company. We'll just get smaller. And that's okay. Like, I think that's okay. The world's strongest man is still going on, and they have no money. Zero. None. And people still do strong man and strong women stuff.
Right. Ed's statement. I have a question. It's going to ruffle some feathers, some panties. We don't have the money to buy, so why do we get a say in what happens? If you don't like the new owners, leave. Well, unfortunately, we have that. Well, I guess fortunately we have that option, but unfortunately, we give a fuck, and this is what we're going to do. And so this is just it. I mean, there's really nothing else. Like, this is important to us. We enjoy it, and it is part of our. I mean,
for all of us, it's where our lives, other than our families and things like that, like this is where our energy is.
Yeah. So
because we believe in it on a very deep level.
Yeah. I mean, it's our job to do this, right? And while only John gets paid to do this sort of portion of the job, maybe not this show specifically, but to get online and talk nonsense.
We're going to talk about that.
And, but like, this is, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, required to do this. Like, this is part, like, hey, if I don't like something, or if I have an opinion on something, we have a platform. Ben has been gracious enough to pretty much give me free reign to use this platform how I want. And so I'm going to do that, right? Whether I like it or not. Or
it's called freedom of speech. If you're passionate about something, you should be able to say whatever you want. And if you don't want to listen to us, you don't have to. Right? You're saying we don't have the money, so why should we be able to talk about it? Because the First Amendment's not freedom of having money. It's freedom of speech. Like, so we could talk about whatever we want to talk about, and then it's up to you guys if you want to listen or not.
This is true.
You can do the same thing we're doing and see if you have a different opinion, you can go out there and say it and see if people would agree with you or want to listen to you. I know half the people that listen to me hate me.
They love to hate you, John.
I love
This-
this, buddy.
This one says we don't have a leader anymore, at least one that's that can actually lead. And I don't know. I mean, I think that Dave can actually lead, and he is still in a leadership role in HQ in a meaningful way. So that's a leader that can lead. Not saying he's the CEO. He isn't, which, by the way, I think I saw Don this weekend at Legends. Did you see him there?
I didn't.
I think I did.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty certain that I
I'd
did.
be
see
cool
him.
with Dave going back to CEO. I think it would be more well received now.
Be extremely well received.
I wouldn't change anything as far as the owner goes, but I think if Dave was CEO and then you just it doesn't really matter for the games. Like, you just put whoever you want to in charge of programming. I know it would probably be Boz, but I almost think that's second. That doesn't really matter if the CEO is what matters.
Right.
And I just think I personally think people would get behind it.
That's a funny question. Kind of. Most people in our gym don't care that it's CrossFit, but probably found it because it is CrossFit. So this is where I think this statement is fundamentally incorrect. It is CrossFit. Just because your gym isn't called CrossFit, that shit looks just like Mako. That shit looks just like Soul. That shit looks just like Training Think Tank or whatever their affiliate name is. It looks just like Pro, maybe not as clean or and big as Proven, but it all looks the same. It's CrossFit. You can say whatever you want, but if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. You can call it whatever you think. It's still CrossFit, right? You don't pay the name, but because you look like a CrossFit gym, and you will for sure pop up on SEO no matter what, because fitness is adjacent to CrossFit, and whoever runs your SEO will use those terms to make sure that you pop up during those terms. And then they'll click on the link, and your first picture will be barbells in a rack with a rubber floor and wall ball targets and pull-up bars. And so they will think it's a CrossFit gym, even if it's called fucking Anchor Fitness, right? Like, it doesn't matter. And so it's still CrossFit. It's always going to be CrossFit. This niche fitness, like no lifetime fitness machines on the floor, is CrossFit, no matter what anyone says. And so if the name actually does change, like what people view it as, meaning we go to this online thing and it's less, whatever, right? Like the business plan comes to fruition. That's when that thing changes. Now they're going to look it up and it's like, oh, when they look up CrossFit, they'll get pointed to the CrossFit Home app or whatever it's called, right? So I think that anyone that doesn't affiliate, the fact that CrossFit still lives still helps unaffiliated gyms. 100%. They don't think they're doing anything else. Their gym just has fitness in it and not CrossFit. So it's still CrossFit. Always.
I mean, I think if you're doing, like, if you're doing varied functional movements at a high intensity, you're doing CrossFit.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. You could call it, I like to run in the morning and then I lift in the afternoon, and sometimes I mix them together. You know what I mean? You're kind of a hybrid athlete, but you throw in some handstand push-ups in there, you're like, that's the definition of CrossFit.
I think whenever we talk about the leadership too, I would agree that in a room like this, it's important to talk about. And then also coming back to, I always just come back to, like, one, I do think that HQ is doing a lot really well. So there's some leadership there that is doing things well. And then from there, I think I come back to, like, the personal responsibility and the side of our methodology that we're referencing. And, like, so if we feel like there's lackluster leadership, what is our role in that, even in our own local ecosystem? Like, are we being leaders? Are we being the mouthpiece that understands the methodology and can communicate it to others and why it's important? And so anyway, yet again, I'm not saying that not talking about that at a bigger scale is important. It is, But then it's also, to me, it's my responsibility to be the leader and to tell the more senior guy that's my Uber driver that prayed with me this morning, explain to him that there's a CrossFit gym very near him and that they actually really work well with people like him and so on. Like that to me is, those are our responsibilities to behave as leaders on a more one-to-one local level. And then of course, when we're in our CrossFit affiliates, like too, I don't know. Those are also very important things. And those are things that we do have agency over. And I always come back to that. Yes, we can talk about things that we don't have control over, but let's make sure and address what we do have control over. And we do with that.
So Jeffrey's mentioning, are we forgetting about nutrition? Unfortunately, right? I know Greg said last week, right? We brought it up, right? That if you're not focusing on, if you're not respecting the bottom of the pyramid, you're not doing CrossFit. And while fundamentally, I agree. Unfortunately, the public doesn't give a shit what you eat. They just are looking like, hey, is that person fit? And what do they do for their fitness? Oh, they go to a gym that looks like a CrossFit gym. They assume that you're doing CrossFit. It's just it. Like they don't assume that you go to a gym that looks like a CrossFit gym and that you do high rocks. You know what I mean? Like even though, you know, maybe 20% of the gym does or whatever that is, right? They look at that gym and like, oh, he does CrossFit. And right, the bottom of the pyramid just it's just not sexy. Like if the games never would have, we never would have grown how we did by like through the bottom of the pyramid. Unfortunately,
sport is at the top of the pyramid.
Right. It's the least important thing based on.
You know, it's funny. I think top to bottom is most marketable to least marketable.
Probably.
Like to a T.
From a virality standpoint, yes.
Yeah, as far as like what gets clicks.
Yep, 100%.
Sport, weightlifting, gymnastics, aerobic capacity, nutrition.
100%.
To a T. Like, that's kind of hilarious that, and I agree completely. I'll never not agree with the pyramid. Like, I think nutrition is the most important thing. It is the base of the pyramid. If you want to be fit, like if a fat person didn't eat all that food, they would not be fat, right? And that is like the base of it, right? Like now, as far as like athletes, it's not like that might be the base of their thinking, but they work out 24/7. But as far as just fitness in general, nutrition is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Aerobic capacity is the second most important thing. I 100% agree with that. Weightlifting doesn't matter as far as who would survive in a zombie apocalypse. You know, big man that can lift a rock, you're not running very far. You're not.
Yeah.
First person getting eaten.
That doesn't mean you can't be like, you know, like these high rocksters out there, but you know, it's you gotta be a little bit strong. That's why it's there.
Right. I was gonna say it's a very relevant piece of it. Yeah. Let's see. Vicky said something up above. As a community, has CrossFit lost the overarching unique brand, generally speaking? And that's you know, where do we feel like when we step outside of our little microcosm that we live in, that's purists that get it, that love it, that whatever, and out into the world, what is the brand identity of CrossFit today?
Well, I certainly think that if you're not in CrossFit, everyone still views it pretty much how they've always viewed it.
Okay.
I in general. Now, I think the virality and the fad of it has shrunk and its luster.
And so they view it
that
as
happened when they tried to give a participation trophy to everybody.
I think it happened when the media left because it just like everything
at the same
around
time.
the same. Yeah, exactly. It was exactly the same time actually because 2019. And so do I think it's because of that directly? No, I think that's part of it, right? But I think it was the way that media presented and painted the picture of what we do for so long, right? And then it just went away for 5 years, right? Like just started to go away, right? And dwindle and dwindle and dwindle and dwindle, right?
It's a little bit like our society.
Continue.
A little bit.
Elaborate.
Yeah. Where do you want to take that?
Yeah.
Have you gotten yourself into water you don't want to be in?
To not talk about
I'm,
politics.
I'm just saying, like for like the last like 10 years, we've trended to you can't offend anybody and your feelings matter, and like how you raise your kids, like you can't, like we've just bathrooms should be for anybody that want to walk in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like you have to call people by what they want to be called.
Sure.
Like I'm saying, as a society, we've like went that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I feel like as of recently, we're pulling ourselves out of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a 1-for-1 with CrossFit, I feel like, where like getting soft and being like, no, we do hard things. You can't be here if you don't want to do hard things.
Yep.
Right. And so I think
Did I do that as politically correct as I could have done it?
I think you did a great job.
well done. I would have shut it down if it didn't go well. I
And CJ loves it. By the way, your name is John Young CrossFit, and I need you to change it to the Ovaltine Overlord. I don't know what you were thinking. Sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. I'm on other shows. I have
You
to
can fix it now.
I can't. You're right.
So I kind of like compare it to pain. So when someone's been in pain for a really long time, right, the longer they've been in pain, the longer the journey is to be pain-free, right? And I try to paint that picture with them immediately. Like if someone's only been in pain for a week, usually I tell them to get the fuck over it. It'll go away. And it usually does. But if it's been a year, 2 years, 3 years, something really consistent, right? I'm like, hey, this has been here a really long time. And CrossFit heavies, or Gatorade heavies is such
I don't understand what that means.
It's
He's calling you out for having the real deal Gatorade.
Yeah, like not a sugar
G2 or
There's
whatever.
there's a diet Gatorade.
There's a G2.
Yeah,
G2
you
is
don't need it. It's fine.
Anyways, but it's also a reference to Budweiser versus Bud Light. That's what they call them. They call them Bud Heavies.
Got it.
So it's a Gatorade heavy. It is funny.
Got it.
So I think because it's been 5 years, we'll just call it, or 6 years, it's going to take time, right? And I do think we're on that path. I think we've kind of like started to come up the hill. So, but it's just going to take time. And I don't know. Maybe Berkshire just like gets out of the way, and hopefully they have enough money to get us through this and become profitable. And then like, all right, I'll just let them continue doing their thing, and then just go from that. I don't know. I don't know. Comment sections on points.
I just now looked up the ingredients in the G2, which is the lower sugar one, and it still has sweeteners like sucralose and aspartame, potassium. So just stick to your heavy.
Just fake marketing then.
It's not good. So I would opt out altogether. But
So
the one you're doing
basically,
is fine.
this is CrossFit, and then G2 is like Wade's version of CrossFit. You know what you're saying?
No, because I think that they're not even the same brand. So no, they're not dissimilar enough.
Wade
There's
is
still too much similarities.
Coca-Cola.
I don't even know. I don't even have a good comparison. It's not even a beverage.
What happens if no one wants to buy CrossFit? Is Berkshire just stuck with it? Probably.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Do you want to pull up her super sticker, please, real
Oh
quick?
yeah, thank you, Lee. Lee Frazier.
Can I pull that up?
Dude, Lee Frazier probably could buy CrossFit because she gives like $80 every single barbell spin
A
show.
couple of weeks ago.
That's incredible. Thank you for supporting this show.
Like Lee's got money.
The other day. What
What did I yell at her for?
She said something about get that baby. Because
Oh, that's right.
Oh, all of your audio?
Yeah. Well, listen.
Okay.
Listen, I don't care if you have money. Okay, I'm going to talk how I want to talk to anybody. If Elon Musk was on the show and we disagreed about something, I would let him know that we disagree.
And we love that about you. Do we want to pivot?
Sure.
We can. We don't have a ton of time.
Well, yeah. Okay. So there's a handful of things that Dave brought up in his week in review.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was bringing the stepper to the games. Did you guys hear that?
He's
No.
said that. He is. You mean like a stair stepper?
Correct.
Yeah.
He's said that for years.
Dude, I mean, if you've ever done a stair stepper, they're the real deal. Like I not I don't wanna,
Yeah, they
I don't
are.
want to see it at the games, but they are a great
Mhm.
training machine.
Okay, wait. So do you think that that's, you said he said that for years. So you think
He's
that that
always
wasn't
said
like an actual thing that he's going to do in any near
he
future?
has
Because I,
said he wants it. He has said in passing that he has wanted to find a way to put a stair stepper in. He's even referenced a Versa climber. And so it's climbing stairs is a real fucking deal. That's why they did the berm
Yeah.
so often
Mhm.
because it's terrible.
They
Terrible.
ran the stadium, and
Yeah.
yeah, they've done different
Um,
things like that,
and
which I
so
think that's far more entertaining if you can run a stadium. But yeah,
if you could like marathon row it, it would always be ideal. Like you can make it fun. You mean like get everything actually on
Yeah,
the
I wish you could do like an
focus.
elimination bracket where their stairs
Yes.
start speeding up.
100%. You would
But it's
would
so
do it.
hard because then people do more work than others. Like that's really hard.
100%. But that's what you make it like you make it like a last, but that's like way, way, way more. Right. Or you race. You can do a race. They've raced up whatever that fucking building
I
was.
guess you could do 10 minutes maximum steps and then you choose your speed. You choose your speed. Just 10 minutes max steps.
and this is, and just for, you wouldn't be holding on, right? Like your hands would be off.
I think
When
there
you
would be a
stand up, right?
standard on you can hold or you can't hold. I feel like you can't. I feel like you shouldn't be able to hold.
Right.
You gotta put a ruck on too. Like 10
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah. A ruck and then max steps. You get to pick whatever speed you want to go, and then there is a running leaderboard, a big screen like they did with the marathon row. You see what everybody's at.
Yeah.
You can see what everybody's at. You can see, oh, I'm catching them, or like, oh, I'm burning up. I think people would come out so hot. Like the marathon row, everybody's going slow, right?
Yeah.
Right. But 10 minutes is right there. And then even more so. So this gives me the next idea is you set it up like the tribute, like the stair climb tribute, the Twin Towers tribute. You put them in not gear, but that much weight.
hmm
You put them in that much weight on a ruck, like a real 90 pounds on their back, which is roughly what they wear.
Oof.
And you give
And
them
then
10 minutes.
You do the 9/11, however many steps for the
Yeah.
9/11.
Yeah. Or just like that for time. Whatever.
Also, it says, don't use a machine, use a damn structure. And
that would be so cool. Just like GoPros everywhere.
Well, when they did the Burj Khalifa
would
in
be.
Dubai, it was cool, but they didn't really film it they didn't film a ton of it.
All
Yeah.
you need 30 GoPros. That's it. That's a lot, but that's not that much. Dude.
take notes from whatever Rogue did with the run that they did through the arena, whatever, this year. The way they captured that was kind of crazy.
Have you seen? I wish they would do. I think all of you would be on board with this. Okay, are you ready?
All of you.
No, I think everybody would because it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The Red Bull 400-meter challenge uphill run. Have you seen this?
No.
No.
Yes. I have.
CJ, can you pull it up, CJ? Like it is like the hardest 400-meter anybody's ever done. You're running straight uphill.
It's like
That sounds miserable for 400 meters.
But no, but there's like ropes to like climb on. There's like ropes to climb on when you
Yeah.
that's the incline. And CJ will pull it up, but like you have to be in really, really good shape to like run the whole thing. And you
Yeah.
see, and this you could do a mass start and everybody just goes. And like the mass start is cool because you just see people kind of take off from each other.
Uh-huh.
And then there's always like 4 or 5 guys that like pace it perfectly and then they're able to get up. But like there's like a stair as the top. CJ.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Like it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And they just have these 400-meter challenges. Red Bull does. But if we could do something like that.
It's a ski
Is that
slope.
it right there?
Yeah.
It's a ski slope. I think it's a downhill ski slope, right?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And see, and then I'm waiting for like can you show like a full race?
How long does it take these people to get up this 400 meters?
Like 4 minutes.
Okay. So this might be a full race. No.
But like if you could see if we can find a full race, like it's short enough, you can see like where it gets hard for people. Like this guy's just blogging him doing it.
Let's see if we can find it.
Yeah, maybe do that one.
This one looks like the race. This one right here, 17 million. No.
But do you see how steep it is?
Uh-huh.
And you see like how like of a mass started it, like, and then once they get up top of the hill, then there's steps, and then the last thing, it's just a very, very steep thing. You run straight up. But yeah, have them put like a weight vest on
Mm-hmm.
and then run up something like that. I think that would be sick.
I agree. That would be sick. Well, so one, how would they bring that to life? You know, like say we're going to be in California. Like, I mean, that's just that. And then also I just was curious, like how many current games level athletes are regularly using a stair stepper or something like this at all?
The few that work at HWPO.
Okay. So a small handful.
Rich does it all the time. Talks about it. Talks about it. Does it during elk season.
Yeah, he uses it to train for that.
So if you build it, they will come.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you just go to Dave's ranch. I mean, they're already going to do that in day one on Thursday. And then you build a structure on the top of that hill where they just got to keep on going. Like Rogue could do it.
Huh.
You don't think so?
No, I don't know. I wonder how elaborate it is. I mean, that looked pretty. 400 meters is a lot.
Yeah, the first 200, the first like 300 would probably have to be that hill. And
Right.
then you go, and then like the structure is like 100 meters, and it's almost like the Tower of Babel, like you're climbing.
That's what,
So
yeah. I mean, that seems like a bigger undertaking.
Probably, but it would be awesome.
Yes.
Is all that I'm saying.
Yes, no, I agree. I love it. Well, I think someone said, wouldn't that just be Chad? I don't know where that was. But I'm assuming, do you want to tackle that, CJ?
Absolutely not. And
Yeah.
the reason why
It's much shorter than Chad.
Right.
it's way shorter than Chad. And
Right.
the problem with Chad, especially the way they did it at the games, was you didn't know who was winning. The way they did the 250 up and overs could have been cool with a graphic. All they needed was a graphic, and it wouldn't have been that bad. It would have been fine. Like, you just want to see a race. Very rarely do we.
Oh, you're referencing them doing
Yeah,
Chad.
no, we had no idea where anybody was at.
And so very rarely is the actual workout itself the biggest general complaint. It's like, how is it perceived by the public, right? It's like,
How
okay,
is the story told?
right. How's the story told? We don't know. It's always, and it's so strange because Dave always references that the story being told is very important to him and how he views it. And so to have that come out, especially like when we know there's tickers, like digital tickers
Correct.
that people have, right?
Well, and at the games level, you could literally set someone at the end of each lane and literally have them do it the entire time. Like that's a very doable thing.
So anyways,
Well, and so is this just Chad again? And so, okay, so the time domain of Chad is obviously more near an hour for those elites. What were the times that they finished in?
the 45-minute range, 44.
Okay. Yeah. Which is insane. So we were just talking about a 5-minute race or a 10-minute time domain on the stair stepper. So then is it the same thing? No, not at all. Because whereas there's a slow grind approach to Chad, would not be what was happening with these two options that were presented.
The intensity with it is 10 times different.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Right. And then, potentially more weights. If like, I think Chad with like a 80-pound vest would have been, all right, now we're cooking.
Dude, no, thank you.
Let's see who can finish it. And I think some of those things, I think that's what we're missing a lot of at the CrossFit Games for the last 7 or 8 years now.
Like, let's see what's possible.
Right. Not so much who's the fastest or we need a good race. We need like a fast, intense race. It's like, let me write something to see, all right,
who can do it.
Who can do it, right? Because that's what it was for a long time. And now I think it was like that because the level of athlete was so much lower, right? And the level of athlete has moved forward, and the level of programming, I don't want to say it hasn't gotten harder, because I think it has, from like what is this workout versus what is a workout in 2015? I don't think any of the workouts in 15 were theoretically harder. The athletes were just so much less fit, and they just didn't know how to do the things. So the workouts need to progress, because they still need some of that. Like, go into a workout, like, I have no idea how this is going to play out, and I have no idea if I can finish this. I think that's okay. I think we need a couple of those at the CrossFit Games.
Okay, so you just referenced it. Okay, so I would like really throwing out a test that's like, what even is this, right? I mean, I would think that Rogue does a decent job of that with their odd objecty type stuff. But then, so CJ putting an 80-pound pack on them and then having them do Chad, is there any part of you from a programming coach perspective, PT perspective, that feels like that loading for that volume, is it all something that you would have questions about? Like, Chad each year, that's a lot of volume suddenly, right?
Yeah,
If people
maybe
have
maybe
been-
not Chad. But
yeah, that's where I'm just like, based
like,
on
what-
1,000, like that seems
Well, how
like
they
a
did it at
huge
the games
leap
was
from whatever they're training, which they are training a ton of volume, but with that specific controlling that step down and so on. I don't know. Like,
well,
I think CJ's more alluding to though, like what if you put in like 100-pound ruck, 80 pounds for women, and then you drop them off 10 miles from the ranch, get back to this spot, go.
I would love that.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
different.
That's like I don't know what we're just gonna see what happens, right?
Love that. No, I was understanding
I don't,
what
but
you were
we're
saying
stuck
about
on we're
Chad.
stuck on Chad, and I'm saying I don't think he's
Yeah, get away from
I don't-
it.
Yeah.
But clarify for me, do you think that's a decent idea, CJ?
The Chad one or John's?
The idea, no, not John's. I think we all agree John sounds fun. And totally within reason. No, the idea of the 80 pounds for Chad.
So the way they did it at the games, because there was only one step down per one rep. One rep there was 250 reps. So yes, because they went up and over, right? So you only step down fully on a big box like once. Everything else was relatively low, and they started doing this thing. So in my opinion, it was less detrimental than doing a traditional Chad
Okay.
because of the way they designed that box up and over. It was less total volume.
So say it was a traditional Chad. Would you think that makes sense?
I've done Chad in a 60-pound vest, so yeah, I think it's fine for them.
Did you
I don't
pay
think
any
Chad- I
significant
don't
price for that?
I don't
I'm
think
not
Chad
sure
is a
it's
good
pretty
idea
high.
for the games at all.
Yeah, okay, so coming back to it, if we're just like looking at it, I'm fairly confident Hefner did Chad in like 100-pound ruck, and so like it certainly has been done. Now, is it like the best thing? No, I think I could take more than 5 seconds and say, but like I said, the point I was trying to allude to is that I want to see
Something aggressive.
I want to see a workout or 2 or 3 at the CrossFit Games that everyone is like,
The last one,
I want to make this happen.
100 muscle ups for time, 15-minute cap.
Yeah,
the
so-
last one that comes up for me that we did that was that moment of like, what the heck is that? Was 2020 Atlanta. Like that was one where it was like the volume of the specific movements and so on.
I would say
That's how I felt
the
about it.
Capital in 2022.
I was going to say the Capital, but Atlanta for sure. But even some of the other ones at 2020.
The
like,
way those steps F people up, though, I don't think people knew they were going to be like that hard.
Uh-huh.
Like I think the Capital is very hard to replicate, but it was, oh my gosh, this is so much harder than I thought this was going to be. And then like you just see devastation and also triumph and really just a who wants it more type deal.
Yeah. No, that was
right.
great.
Mm-hmm. Like that is in the same vein of let's see what's possible rather than just being as up in front of your face like at Atlanta. I also think there's something you can't just program just to program something. And I think that's what Atlanta was.
Okay. So then, finish that thought. And then
me,
why do you think that was what Atlanta was? Atlanta just shocked me. And it's
Because I think you could do 300 pull-ups for time and have the same result.
well,
okay.
and
So you didn't need.
I think there was a problem there at that point in the competition. I think that workout with everybody would have been more exciting with 5 people and all the scores basically set, even though I know Carrie ended up on the podium because of that workout. I do understand that, but that was because Tia gave up. She wouldn't have been on the podium if Tia didn't.
No, I think she would have beaten Tia in that workout. She won Murph. She's great at pull-ups, pistols, and handstand push-ups. Like I think she would wins that workout. I think Tia did that to the best of her abilities, and Catherine and Carrie were just better than her at that specific workout.
And so, okay, maybe. And I think that workout got a lot of bad rap, but I don't think it was that crazy. And I mean, I think it was very crazy, but I think it was just where it came in and how little like effect
that it had.
that it was attached to. Like I don't think it mattered. Like I think that was the problem. in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Well, and I think the bad rap in my mind was just like, we want to, something like that. We want to clarify that, like, that is for those athletes. That is not for your everyday, like it is so far
Sure.
beyond.
Sure.
And so if I can think of anything.
I agree.
That's that specific test. Whereas many tests, you maybe scale a detail or two, but there's many tests that even do happen at the games that like maybe you have to scale the weight or whatever, but like that, in some way you could make that approachable, but that volume and everything was just like general people should not get anywhere near that. Right.
I also think that it comes back to being inside. And I'm just going to die on this hill. And every time we reference like what was good and what is less good now, even some of the workouts that we've done, the fact that they're inside makes them less good.
Yeah.
Right? 100%. Like if you took the 6 best workouts from 2020, like 2023, 24, 25, and you put them outside, right? Like just, I don't know what they are and we don't have time to like really sit and dig into it. I bet they would have been better workouts. I bet we'd be like, oh, that one's a little tougher, right? 12 o'clock in the sun in Carson makes a big difference. And I'm not saying that we have to put everyone in danger, but it certainly makes a huge difference, right? Like just the berm run or like, Naughty Nancy, right? Naughty Nancy on an air runner inside is, but outside, up and over.
Or dude, like the freaking, like the small weights in the deadlift when they did the ring muscle up deadlift and then shuttle sprint. Do you remember that? That was way back in the day. I think it's like 2011. But
oh yes,
Josh Bridges, Dan Bailey, and Rich were all together. But the deadlifts were like tins on every side, so you had to like small tins. So it created like this deficit, and it's just like a weird tweak that you're not going to do. Like that was so prevalent in the games of the past. Now, I liked the 2025 games, but I agree, CJ. I think there needs to be so much more. I wonder how they're going to handle that. Not James is going to go unbroken on this, and then he's going to go 90 RPMs on this.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like
so predictable.
Right.
And I think, well, it takes away athleticism a little bit because whenever you have stuff that you just got to figure out on the fly, like the athleticism component comes into play so much more. Something like climbing snail, like they've never touched a snail before. And then they got short ropes to deal with it, or the soccer chipper that Fraser failed on. I don't think it would have that as dramatic of an effect if it was inside. And then like Rich Froning's metal march with the overhead lunges at the end where he's a lap ahead of everybody. Instead, like you see the distance, everybody's on GHDs. He's past the handstand walk, and then on the lunge, you see the gap that he's making. Inside, he's just on one side and they're on the other. Like we saw that in Going Dark with Austin Hatfield and the handstand push-ups he's done. It's not the same effect that you get. For some reason, outside makes it a lot more memorable. You're so dead on the money. I don't know what makes it like that, but I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I like the gap, like the spacing, like the gapping of whatever it is. That makes like when you can just go one way the whole time.
You can tell a better story.
Tell a better story.
Well, and speaking about the athleticism and having those components that they're not used to all the time, that was one of the things. So I think it just came out today. The WFP put out a conversation, a roundtable that they had with some of the athletes at Tour Stop 2. They had the conversation the day before or before the event, and then they put out the video today, which was interesting. But one of the things Justin asked Will there was like, hey, are you going to keep the structure of giving us all of the workouts in advance? Is this whatever? And Will said, yes, he likes it because of XYZ. And then Justin was just like, I personally don't agree. And I think that that component of having to know your fitness and, whatever. And so he was kind of saying the same thing that you're saying with different words, as far as he really appreciates the novelty things, the things that you can't see coming, that you have to just be an athlete for. Also, by the way, I don't think we touched on this one. I just want to say thank you to Jay Birch. And then also shout out because he did just finish his, I think he re-upped his judging certification for 2026. And so anyway,
Nice,
just congrats
Jeff.
on doing that. And I'm sure he'll be a part of some cool events next year. So that's awesome. And thank you.
I'm sure I'll see you at TFX in January. He's always
Yeah.
he's always there.
Always there.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna hold true unless you have something very pressing.
Me?
Clock. Yep.
Oh no, I was just going to talk about the general fatigue, and I thought it fed in well, but in regards to no, I'm
minutes.
not. Yeah, we don't have time.
We can do one more thing, right? No.
No. Let's do the thing. Let's keep it in 9.
Okay.
All right, guys. Sorry to cut it short. We committed to ourselves.
Wait, do you want to talk about Dave's mile?
Oh yeah. So okay, we'll talk about Dave's Mile because
What happened?
really
What
fast.
happened to cutting it short?
what was the
No,
time?
the one didn't work. Well, the thing is that
You mean Hiller's mile?
No, it's Claire's Mile.
Ah, there we go.
Bullshit.
Whose mile is it?
Claire's been doing. What day are you on?
140. So we're
Okay.
just curious. Hiller picked it up from Dave. Dave says it's his. And I'm just trying to figure out who's been doing this daily mile the longest.
Yeah.
There's probably somebody out there that's been doing it longer than me.
Longer than you, but they
But
probably.
I got 140
Claire's at
And
140.
counting.
and counting.
Is the goal a year?
No, the goal was originally I just did it for like 90 days and invited a bunch of people. And then at the end of it, and even when I did that, I was like, I don't know that I have any intention to like stop at that, but I'll go ahead and set that out there and throw it out there for people to join me with. And so a bunch of people did. We're doing another round of that, but no, I don't honestly have any plan to stop it. So it's not a year, it's not whatever. It's just, I don't see why I would stop doing that.
We're just going. It's just a part.
We're
of
just
life.
doing a mile every day.
Should
Yep.
join it.
Anyway. Yeah, we saw he called Hiller out for it. And then I was like, I'm curious how many days he's been doing it. I want to know. That's all. Okay.
I'm interested too. CJ, I'm going to post stuff on my story. I did a movement economy day. I would love for you to judge my movement.
All right, I can do
Oh,
that. Do
Okay.
I need to judge it publicly? Or is
Sure.
she-
Yes.
You can.
No, you judge publicly.
All right.
Yes.
will do.
I mean,
Perfect.
these are the most beautiful ring muscle ups I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah. All
No,
right.
I'm saying that's what you're going to say.
Oh okay. I'm ready. I've seen
Probably,
it.
probably not, but
They're okay. They're pretty good. You move well.
yeah, I move well.
No one think I think your lockout's fine.
I don't think I've ever gotten.
He
not-
moves well
not from a
unless
ring-
he's
not from a ring
in-
muscle up.
Unless he's in competition at the whatever the heck it is, competing on your team.
Grid.
Grid, you're not supposed to move well. There.
Just-
That's the point.
It's a
Yeah.
standard. Their standard is different. You
Yeah,
move-
yeah. I'm just saying. I actually move extremely well for grid, like too well. I don't shorten my stuff up enough.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all.
All right. It's Claire's Mile. Berkshire's better than Wade.
You're better than this, Berkshire.
You're
You're better than this.
Berkshire's probably not that bad at this point. Let's see. What else? What's our
Oh, I would also just like to simply say that your 3 athletes that were competing
Oh,
at the
yeah.
Legends Championship all placed in the top 5, and you had a podium finisher in Jen
Oh.
Mikesh
Congratulations.
in the 45 to 49 division.
yeah, it was a good weekend. It was a really good weekend. If one small mistake from Rose, she would have been on the podium.
And she's in the 50 to 55 to 59. She's about to age up.
She ages up next year. So
Uh-huh.
Better watch out.
we got our
And then
boy.
your guy Dan in that final absolutely shit on everyone.
Yeah, they beat everyone by like
What-
a minute and a half.
what
on
was
it.
the
That like
word?
sounds bad. All of those athletes are amazing. I just was very impressed by
But
him.
not as amazing as Dan.
He just sent it hard
Was it a bike workout?
and it panned out.
No, he's a gymnast guy. He's tiny.
Oh, okay.
And so it was like toes to ring, shuttle. It was like they did a muscle up biathlon.
Ring
so
pull up.
60. It was like
And he could just hold on to things other people
Ring
can't.
muscle up.
so he did the last set of rings unbroken.
But he had to the muscle ups, but he had to run hard the whole time in order to get the time that he got. It was substantial. It felt weird hearing you curse cross that. That's funny. Sorry. Not sorry.
Sydney and Denise, I know them very well. They are beasts for sure. Cindy won the games last year in the 55 to 59. So WODprep over base show. Is base show on? It must be. No, it's 9:00. There's no way they're on.
I don't know. I just pull up the comments. That's it.
I love them, so
Yes.
I appreciate their.
I have
See,
something to
that's
tell you
fun.
guys after this. Let's sign off.
Oh, I love it. I really do enjoy this. I feel very in crowd all of a sudden with you, John. Thank you.
I don't think it's what you think it is, but okay.
Have a
I
good
saw
night.
Cillian.
I'll see you guys on Friday. Peace. Oh no, I won't. We'll figure it out. Bye.